everyone. I hope traders and investors alike were green today. What another amazing day in the markets. We definitely did not get the range out of the markets that I was looking for or was expecting. The implied move was tight, so the market makers were fairly right. We did get a decent move down there at the end, but we traded in a tight range, but still my style of trading huge today. Big help. Definitely couldn't have held those moves. It was too far back and forth, but my style of trading just worked out great for today. So Powell staying course. This is exactly what we've known. I know the market was looking for a little bit more dovish tone. He wasn't really super hawkish, but he wasn't dovish at all. And it's funny today he was asked a question. It's the first time I've really seen Powell look down like that. He looked a little shuffled, like he didn't want to answer it. Even played with his paperwork, and then he did answer it and said the regional banks are okay. And then tonight we get this huge move down. And of course, we're going to look at that chart. We get a huge move down on PACW, which the group we were expecting. We actually talked about this today, and we were expecting this. And huge move down after hours. They are said to weigh strategic options, including a sale. So there's definitely more troubles ahead. We heard yesterday several different comments coming out yesterday from different people, but one of them said possible 12 to 14 banks. We do have Apple earnings coming in, so we do have a good thing. So I just don't know how hard they're going to sell the market ahead of Apple earnings. Now, if Apple doesn't, I don't know what we're going to do here tomorrow. It's going to be a seriously play the action day. We've been kind of expecting a move down. So, much as we want the market to go up, we are getting the move down that we had expected. So it's not the end of the world. Like I said earlier in the year, I think we're going to do a lot of chopping this year back and forth. And I think there's going to be some amazing trading ranges with some amazing candles. So let's just go through the charts and take a good look at what we got, and we'll go over different earnings as we get there and who's coming out, who has reported. You can see this is the oscillators for the NASDAQ, and we are a negative 57. And for the New York Stock Exchange, we're a negative 119 here. So we have plenty of room to move in either direction. Let me go back and check. Yeah, negative 57. Plenty of room to move in either direction. Normally the NASDAQ's outstretching the New York Stock Exchange, but last few days it's been the opposite. Anyway, SPX. You can see SPX, we have broken out of this flag and slamming right back down. This is the weekly chart. And of course, we're only 3 days in, but right now we have a bearish engulfing. Of course, that candle needs to close and then confirm before it's anything. Remember, it's not even a bearish engulfing until it gets confirmed, which means you got to have a candle move below that candle. A bearish candle needs to move below that candle for that to be a bearish engulfing. That's a big thing most people don't wait on, is confirmation of these signals, confirmation of these patterns. That will hugely increase your trading. We just put out a small video about that. Anyway, let's get back to the charts here. You can see the ref charts moving lower. I'm having a hard time with this mouse. Yeah, so we can see here bonds are been pulling in. Looks like rates are pulling in as well. Usually these charts move at an inverse, but the last 2 trading days, they both have been moving lower. The dollar's back down. I was thinking now, once again, we had a bullish engulfing candle here, but we didn't confirm. We did not close and move higher within the next 1 to 3 candles. So right back down there. And you actually, on the bullish engulfing, you got a little bearish Arami there and seeing some wick to the upside, seeing some rejection there. VIX has been trying to push up here. We're seeing some wicks to the upside as well. There's definitely some resistance up there. Crude moving lower. You can see here, this is actually what we just did the video on about confirmation. You can see here this nice bearish engulfing candle to the downside, and today we've opened up and moved lower. Apple's pulling back in, still holding the 9, still sitting on that daily 9, but we have moved lower coming into earnings. Be a little scary. Now you can see Apple here after hours. Huge move down, and we're going to see more of this, like we say, because of PACW. Gold's trying to push up. I think some of this is starting to be more of a flight to safety, and that's fine. We put gold names on the radar. It doesn't matter why they're buying it. It's an opportunity, and that's all. That's it. It's just an opportunity. Nothing else really matters. The opportunity is there to make money, and that is it. Uh, so we have the advanced decline lines here. You can see we have lost a 9. So the SPX, we took the 9 back. The rest of the assets, we really didn't even get back above the 9 and moving lower. AI, we got this nice move down to the 200 flagged here. Let this your daily 9 catch up. This is what we're looking for. It wants to get below. We need a confirmation, which means we need a candle to close below that 200. Then we're looking for a move lower. Remember, we got this nice volume profile pocket down here. If we can get that to clear, it's a good chance we're going to go lower. We got to get below that 200. That 9's applying pressure on it like a weight. And that 9 will, if it cannot breach that 9 will drive it lower below that 200. So that's what we're looking for. We need a candle to close. We need confirmation. So we need a candle to close below that 200. AMC here, a nice bullish engulfing candle off the 9. Now, we know a lot of stocks pull back today. So that's a strong candle showing relative strength there today in the markets. And you can see AMC's holding in well here after hours, where we just seen Apple make a big move lower. AMD here, you can see AMD's trending lower too. Nothing like Apple there. Apple just reported earnings. The earnings were actually good. So the report was good, but they're seeing slowing, seeing some macro environment issues coming up. It should not be a surprise to anybody that they said that. So there should be no surprise there. Amazon trading within the 9 and 20, just like it shouldn't have been no surprise. Nothing Powell said today should have been a surprise to anybody. Maybe not what people want, but it should not have been a surprise, because they're doing exactly what they said they were going to do. So we got ARK here. We were looking for a bear flag. We got that. Come down. We touched the support level. You can see we did close lower, but we are holding that support level. So we need to take that support level out. So we need confirmation below that support level to go short. That the daily 9's not that far away, so it's not that extended. Avi, I really like this setup. We talked about this the other day about how this was a piercing candle. Even better, because this candle. So the whole thing about a piercing candle is it gapped down, and then so if I had that bearish momentum gapping down, then the bulls come for it. So it's a big change right there and a big push up. We couldn't take that level out and back down today, but just wanted to point out. So we talked about this candle the other day. As nice as a reversal signal that is, technically that is not a piercing line. So, and we've been talking about some candles and what we look for versus what the textbook says. So, and not discrediting the textbook at all, but paying attention to the markets tell you what the market's doing right now and what signals are working. Day in, day out, signals change. So we, just being active in the markets, you understand. So trading's got a lot to do with patterns. So it's not just chart patterns, but you look for patterns within the market. Say maybe you've been gapping up for 3 days in a row. Probabilities are you may gap up again on the 4th day. Just little patterns like that, just an example. So you can see AMD moving lower here as well. Big gap down today, and that's on the daily. So we got that nice gap down due to earnings. You can see AMD here on the weekly. So support right now is your weekly 20 and your weekly 200 and your weekly 50. Your weekly 200 and 50, they're both running through there, but it's the weekly 50 first and the weekly 200, and then you're going right back to a previous support level. It's an old level. It's been on a chart for quite some time. A firm moving lower. We had a little cup and handle. It's not even, you don't really find a cup. It's a rounded bottom with a second rounded bottom. But either way, it failed breakout there and trending lower. You can see a firm here with a nice move down, moving with the markets, moving lower. And like I say, we're going to see other names like this. Some names are not reacting so bad. So this is ALLY, Ally. We're also a little worried about this bank. Just been some rumors going around, so just keep an eye on this one. A break below, which we've probably getting tonight. I don't have the intraday chart, and I have not looked at this intraday chart, but a break below that's what we're looking for a lower high. You got a 1, 2, 3, a break below this, which we got today. We closed below that. So the move down, look for your levels down here for support. There's 2 areas where we moved up, stepped up there. Amazon intraday, you can see kind of tower topish, chopping around here. Not a big move down after hours. Definitely showing some weakness, but not a huge move down on that one. Amazon weekly, so we're back into that weekly 9. Still trying to hold that support level there. Need to get above that downtrend. Apple, Apple weekly. So right now we have a bearish around me, but this is, like I say, the weekly candle. So that candle is not a bearish around me yet because it has not closed, and then it's got to be confirmed to be. So you can see Boeing here. Boeing's also moving lower. Bitcoin's still holding this weekly 9. You can see on the daily, we're trading in this tight symmetrical triangle. We're getting close to the apex. So breakouts, well, it actually does not have to break out. It can continue to trade sideways. But when you see price wedging like that, it wants to go. It's like a spring being pushed together and it wants to break out. That's exactly what's happening here. Very nice contraction pattern in here. So you're getting 2 touch points on the top, 2 touch points on the bottom. And today, that give you your 3rd touch point. So that makes it a true symmetrical triangle. You like to have 3 touch points on one side, 2 touch points on the other. At least more the better. But you need to at least have 3 on one side and 2 on the other to be considered, because you want to see a nice coil in there. That's a very nice example of a small symmetrical triangle. I try to trade smaller patterns because smaller the pattern, the quicker the move. You may not get a huge move, but I'm not looking for a big move. I want to move now. I don't want to get into a move or wait. The bigger the pattern, the longer it can take to form and break out. So I'm looking for smaller patterns. I like bigger patterns too. We find them too, but smaller patterns is what we're looking to trade because you get the breakouts now. When you can break out of a pattern like that, that's when you expect price acceleration. And of course, there's other ways to expect price acceleration to catch those big trades as well. You see Boeing here. Boeing had a down day today, holding in after hours though. You can see City moving lower today, still trading within them wicks. I hate seeing these banks the whole economy thing, I hate seeing it. It is what it is. Hate seeing people lose money. That's all there is to it. So we had this little head and shoulder. I know it's hard to see here. We're going to see it a little better. It's drawn out on the energy chart, but we got that move down. The ExxonMobil play did not work out as we were hoping, but we were bearish on energy. But ExxonMobil had to set up sometimes. You got to set ups there. So you can see CVX moving lower here. Now, didn't take the ExxonMobil trade. None of the group actually took that trade because that morning we ended up getting a downgrade and it just gapped down. I do believe one member actually got a put play on it on the way down. So charge point did touch if you took this trade, then you should have been taking profits down here yesterday because target was hit, trying to push back up off of support here. Coke. So Coke trading in this cup, we're expecting this to put in a handle. It can push up, but we are expecting it to put in a handle. I like it better. The breakout to me is clearing that candle. I want it to clear that candle. But remember, your usual pullback for a handle for a cup, and it's nothing, as all a handle is for a cup is a lower or a higher low looking, heading back up towards the breakout. So it's just buying a dip, basically, is all a handle is on a cup. So it's just putting in a higher low and then heading for the breakout. So that's what we're expecting there. With the market possibly getting ready to change, they could try to come after. We're going to keep an eye on the safety names. That's all. We're just going to keep an eye on them, see if they come for them or not. A coin moving lower, just a lot going on there. XLP, so consumer staples pulled in today. Big candle, ugly move there. Delta Airlines holding some moving averages. It needs to clear. When I see a chart like that, it needs to clear those moving averages. There's too much going on there, and I'm not interested. There's something else somewhere in the markets that'll trade better than that. Disney, we got this false. This is another one. We had this 1, 2, 3 reversal. We got this breakout last Friday, but we never confirmed it. So no go, no trade. DraftKings. Nice breakout there. We got this breakout here, got this flag, actually dipped below it and it sprung back. We wasn't expecting that. After it dipped below it, I was expecting to move lower, but it come back. Now it's flagging again, but we're seeing some character changes on that chart. See your MACD changing character. A big push on Lilly today. Lilly gapped up, huge move, all-time highs, had a cancer drug come out. And I was really kind of expecting this one after this big run-up. I was expecting this to be I really thought the trade was over. So I thought, we've been running up on the anticipation of this news. You can see these candles up here. So this is why I really thought this one would gap up and be an epic flush play today. And it gapped up, stayed strong, and ran like a scalded dog. So nice chart, strong move. Watching, see what it does tomorrow. Maybe we can get that pullback tomorrow. Probably be an inside day after a big move like that. And this is XLE. This is the energy. I know it's a really screwed up Head and Shoulders, more like a crown and pushed up. It's a rough play, but got to move down. Google. So Google, we had this marked out last pattern or last Sunday, but we just had the shoulder and the head. We've come back in and drawn. So we have the full pattern now. Well, we didn't quite have it, but we're coming back down to the neckline. This is not a Head and Shoulders topping pattern until it breaks that neckline. It is upward sloping. So it does, when you're trading an upward sloping Head and Shoulders, is what you're looking for. It's not the neckline you want to clear. So breaking the neckline is not actually the confirmation, the true confirmation. On an upward sloping Head and Shoulders, you want to break below this armpit right here. See, of course, it's not a Head and Shoulders if it does not confirm. It's not a Head and Shoulders pattern. It's just a group of candles. That's it. Goldman Sachs moving lower. So this was a nice looking chart, but it's failing. Banks, been struggles in the banks, been news out all week. You got a rounded top there, looking for a move lower. I want to see it below this candle right here, which I think we may have closed below that candle. A close below that candle, even better below this wick, looking for a move lower, but I got to be below that candle, and I'm going to be paying attention to that wick. So you can see IWM with a huge move down after hours, and this is because there's so much fear in the banking sector, and it's just weighing on the market. Powell come out today, but I got to say there shouldn't have been, he's not changing course. And I honestly didn't expect him to, but I think a lot of people were. You can see the rough. Look at the wicks on this. Very, very tough action here today. The wicks and a lot of that fear kept coming in with the banks and all this stuff going on. We actually said PACW would be the next today and tonight. So anybody that took that trade, that's awesome. Oh, you can see this move down, kind of Head and Shoulders here. That's not textbook, but you can see the lower high and the big move down after hours. And like I say, this is coming in from the bank sector. Powell, nothing was said that nobody really should have been expecting. I know people were, but Powell staying course. The balance sheet he's staying course in all of it. So they were hoping for him to lighten up, from one thing to the other, and they're staying course. That's the plan. And it's what they're worried about. In the 70s, they backed off and it come back to bite them. And that's what they're worried about. So there's a reason behind that. I know a lot of people are out saying that Powell doesn't know what he's saying. Powell doesn't know what he's doing. Powell's going to crash the market. But that brings in ratings. We make money from trading, not ratings. So I'm following the price action. Intel, in between. So we are under this resistance level here, and we did push up. So you got your 9 curling over here, and that's resistance right now. If you do take that out, that's going to be resistance. We did close back under that resistance level itself. And watch your 20. You can see if you go back to this chart, you can see your 20. It's right on my support level almost. So you want to watch that for support. Actually, no, that's your 9. Your 20 is up here. I'm sorry. QQQ back down to the 9 and 20 there on the daily. Just can't get going. And you can see the Qs here. Big move down after hours. Just trying to recover. You can see a lot of light volume candles down there, or it was a big battle. Not really sure. I don't know the volume there. So we had this flag breakout failing. But it could ride that 9 up. Let's not get overexcited yet. Let's play the action. JP Morgan right back down, and we know they're down after hours, right back down to some moving averages, but we know they've lost that. LVS pulled in today. Casinos. That was another nice looking chart. Lockheed Martin. This has just been nothing but easy money. Got the 3 black crows breaking out, bear flag, and now you have another signal. You follow through on the bear flag alone, but you had this highly reliable bearish reversal signal. It's called a falling 3. Very high reliable signal there. Moderna lost support, come back retested. Bear flag at support, and the daily 9. Broke the bear flag. The next spot is this low. I'm looking for it to take this low out, and I want confirmation below that, and then we're looking to go short there. So short on Moderna below that low. Well, below your flagpole. Mara did not get confirmation of this 1, 2, 3 reversal yet. If we not took it out yet neither, so we're still there, still waiting. But of course, we could get a breakout to the upside. Merck, right into your Bollinger Bands here. We are getting a pinch on the bands, so keep an eye on that one. MACD wants to open back up there. Meta still trading flat, still holding in on that island. You can see Meta here, big struggles and recovery. So some news come out on that. It had a big sell-off, actually while I was at lunch, but I do believe some members were able to capitalize on this. A nice push back up and a big sell back off there at the end of the day. Holding in after hours, though. Microsoft here holding in very well. See what we're looking intraday. We did get, that could be a bad print, but it's holding in well. Microsoft weekly, small bearish Harami. Chart's holding in well. Nike, we did get a false breakout. We got a close above and moving lower. Like I said here, I want to be at least above this group of candles. You can see the heavy volume in this area, but I want to be above that level. If we take that level out to the upside, of course, it could put a handle in there. Have a feel in the market they're getting ready to move lower. So, see what the market wants to do. NVIDIA is back down to the daily 9, holding in well there. You can start to see now we're holding in here around the lows, but we did move lower and after hours there. So right now we're probably below it, but you can start to see this daily 9 and the 20 starting to spread. They're going to spread open. If they spread, that's a sign of momentum. When they spread apart, you expect your 9 to follow the price up. But in this case, MACD's bearish. I don't know if I'm going to go for it. Play the action on it. It's definitely day tradable. NVIDIA flag break here on the weekly, pulling back in, still above that weekly 9, seeing a little character change in that weekly 9. It's MACD setup that could go either way right now. NASDAQ, we got a fail up there. So Netflix is trading sideways as well. So here's PACW, a regional bank. Bad day today, trading on heavy volume down here. You can see the heavy volume coming in on the bear side. Big volume coming in there. There's your move down after hours. I want to go back real quick. Look at your MACD, changing character. Because signs are there. Price action rolling right over. Signs are there. Big move down here after hours. Pendleton still trading in this falling wedge. Procter Gamble. So flat topping up here, looking for a breakout. Got this tabletop here, looking for a breakout there, especially if the markets pull back. They could come out to these safety names. Qs, we got above. We actually opened up above this weekly 20 and lost it. It's sad. Roblex moving lower. You see Roku. Roku is also trending lower there as well with a big candle. SPX daily, ugly. You can see this is very evening starish up here. It's not a proper star. It's more of a gravestone, and it is a high close gravestone at that, but very, very evening starish. It's bearish. Once again, here's the diamond. It's very bearish there. Well, it's not super bad because you can see the bulls come back. So they're definitely with a change in character at the end of the day. But today they closed it right at that wick. I like shorting the Dow, the diamond here below today's candle, short below today's candle. I mean, you do got weekly support. Keep that in mind if you're looking for that. Of course, this is for, consult a professional before you make any financial decisions. SPY moving lower here. And SPY, you can see the daily, see it a little better here. There's your evening star. And same thing here. We lost this. We were able to finally take this 20 out and got slammed back below it today. Obviously, that candle's not closed yet. Still got support there. SPY failing, that cup and handle pattern failing. You can see SPY here's down big after hours, and that's because of the banks. So I said we don't really know what to say here because we do have some issues. Square, that 9 is resistance. If it can clear that resistance level, watch your daily 9. Salesforce looks like it's possibly ready to roll over here as well. Starbucks, big move down. I thought their earnings were good. I mean, they see macro issues coming up, things like that. I I don't think it was no need. I mean, they had great from the reopening of China, great numbers there, that volume in that candle. But it's been up too. So anytime you get a move up like that and you come into earnings, a lot of times that's what happens. You got Tesla here with looks like a huge tower top. Just some ugly action there today, and we called that level out. We couldn't take it out today. XLK back down to your daily moving averages. Tesla still waiting on this double bottom. It's trying to move lower, struggling. There's some intraday action that if we take a level out on your intraday, look at your 30-minute chart on Tesla. You see Tesla here on the daily, struggling, some wild action there. SMH looking weak here as well. You're starting to see, lower highs. We break below the support, bearish below these candles. I'd rather just be below those candles or trade it down to those candles if we take that support level out. Walmart's not doing much here either. We had I think a buy rating come in today or something like that. I can't remember. So much information comes in a day's time. It's hard to remember all of it. Holding this 9 and 20, trading right in between that. Got to clear that. To go short, I just want to be below the support level. And you can easily identify that support level by yesterday's wick. You want to be below yesterday's wick. XLF moving lower. Imagine it took a big hit on the intraday. ExxonMobil, big move lower there. You can see the bands open up for price. And TLT did not confirm. We closed. We did not get our open up or a candle to move below, so there's no need to be short there. And it's still giving us a chance to maybe try to put in some kind of shoulder. I mean, it's just a rough, but it's bearish. I mean, it's ugly. IWM on the weekly time frame, you're starting to get this H cell pattern trying to put in. IWM daily, come down. You can see we opened up, moved lower, actually moved all the way down here. The bulls were able to push it back up and close it a little bit. Today, opened up and tried to push. You can see this once again, gravestone here. They brought it all the way back down and slammed it shut. And this puts us back to our oscillators. So I hope you find this helpful, and I'll see you in the trading room.